For the faithful, Hajj is the ultimate act of devotion, and for most is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is no ordinary event, but the largest annual religious gathering in the world, one which requires early, intense and adequate preparation that cannot be overemphasized. The pilgrimage, a single journey of faith, requires a substantial investment of money, time and effort to make an acceptable Hajj.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
In order to accomplish the arduous journey, information must be gathered, itineraries organized and documents prepared. In this preparation, no detail can be overlooked, so that physical effort, emotional peace and financial practicality enable you to perform Hajj in the peace of heart and mind. The preparations are many, so to optimize your momentous journey of spiritual devotion and personal insight and appraisal, Qamar Travels delivers reliability and attention to detail for your pilgrimage, as they have done for pilgrims for over a decade.
Qamar has been a household name as far as Hajj and Umrah tour is concerned. And Alhamdulillah, they have not performed below expectation of the dreams and aspirations of the owners.
The 8th of Zulhijjah begins the countdown to the greatest yearly religious assembly in the world. Muslim pilgrims will travel thousands of kilometers on this solitary journey of faith, becoming a part of this act of devotion. The pilgrimage, every Muslim's dream, takes only 5 days to complete, following a lifetime of preparation. This is the story of Qamar pilgrims engaging in the Hajj, one of the most important events of their lives. A gathering of first-timers and loyal returning pilgrims from the United Kingdom and Africa on their epic journey to Hajj. Qamar Travels, best Nigerian company, winner of the Award of Excellence for providing exceptional Hajj and Umrah services, and for being the best performing tour operator to both domestic and international markets.
Without missing words, Nigeria is being challenged now because of the exchange rate. This is how you are seeing what we are seeing with the Qamar now. Despite that fact, the company has not performed below expectation.
Qamar is among the leading providers of Hajj and Umrah services, ensuring every detail in the contract arrangement is provided for in a top-notch and noble manner for every pilgrim.
I've been with Qamar for over 11 to 15 years now. And Alhamdulillah, I've never shifted my base to any organization. Why? Because of their system, their review and monitoring system, which the company is known about.
Over the years, the key to Qamar success is reliable planning and constant attention to detail in delivering quality arrangements that are cost-effective, consistent and trustworthy.
I've always argued that if I have to come for Hajj or Umrah for that matter, if I cannot afford the price of Qamar, then I can as well forget about the trip. And my reasons are very simple. One, if you're looking for comfort, convenience, Qamar is the place to be.
Reliability is the way to achieve premium quality in business, and this is the foundation of Qamar travel, a fact established by the Nigerian regulating authority, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON. Every Hajj operation is distinct, and every solution must be uniquely tailored for participating pilgrims to meet their needs and requirements. The company's success lies in their customized processes, sound logistics, spiritual guidance, as well as other exclusive components of each Hajj and Umrah package. In the quest to provide unsurpassed Hajj and Umrah experiences, Qamar strives for financial value and the highest quality in innovative ideas.
Honestly, I must say everything that was within the powers of Qamar to do, they did efficiently. And issues that were beyond their control, they explained, they apologized, they communicated very well, so there was effective and efficient communication.
Because every detail of the operational arrangements is carried out from the moment the pilgrims leave their homes and begin their pilgrimage. The company's goal is to ensure Qamar pilgrims have an end-to-end control over their journey.
The team is very vigilant, they're very much caring, they're very much concerned. And since we started, we've been moving like a family. From the briefing in Abuja, which they gave, it was like after that briefing, you feel like you are already in Makkah for several years. The resource people that they brought on board to discuss all the rights and obligations are very experienced and humble people who are with us all the way and available at all times.
Trustworthiness is a fundamental concept in business, and Qamar promises to provide exceptional quality and reliability in every service, every step of the way.
I've seen and observed their performance. I've observed the way they progress each and every year they conduct this exercise. And so many people who used to follow them along with me have made up their mind that if it is not Qamar, they are not willing or ready to follow any other tour operator.
The company simulates real operating conditions in the induction course to completely inform the intending pilgrims and accelerate their understanding of all the rituals involved in experiencing an acceptable Hajj. Qamar Travels believe fresh innovation creates outstanding results, with every new challenge acting as a catalyst for learning and developing new solutions.
I think in Nigeria for now, there's no company for Hajj operation that is better than Qamar. And I believe there will not be, because always Qamar is open to changes, new ideas, development based on their assessment of situations from the questionnaire from the pilgrims. So each year they improve on the qualities of the services provided. So what else do I need?
For over 16 years, Qamar has delivered excellent services to their pilgrims. And now the company hopes to become the leading international provider of Hajj and Umrah services. As returning pilgrims often say, Qamar designs the journey, providing a hassle-free Hajj with every step of the way. A significant challenge often faced by pilgrims is completing the Hajj rites within a very specific and narrow time frame. Without proper instruction and arrangements, this is very difficult to accomplish, given that more than 3 million pilgrims will be at the same place performing the same rites and at the same time.
Is to first of all appreciate and congratulate Qamar for keeping up the standard and for giving good service delivery. I think a lot of people, if you ask, they would say that they have received good returns on their investment. But of course, we know that this is a rigorous exercise and millions of people are involved. It's not an excursion, it's not a vacation, it's a religious obligation. It has a lot of challenges because of the number of people that are involved.
With ample time remaining before the Hajj exercises begin, Qamar management has considered every aspect of the necessary pre-departure arrangements to ensure the logistical needs of each individual pilgrim is handled expertly. Pilgrims, from first-timers to experienced pilgrims, are turning to Qamar services to avoid the issues many have encountered at the hands of other tour operators, like being caught off guard by untimely last-minute preparations, poor logistics, and unfortunate accommodations in hotels and mashayir tents, as well as inefficient and unreliable processes.
I chose Qamar because it came highly recommended. It was recommended by my mother and a few family friends that use the service. I did a lot of research beforehand and spoke to Brother Ibrahim a few times, and I thought the services they were offering would meet my expectations in terms of making my journey towards Hajj.
Qamar's Hajj and Umrah services are world-class standards, designed to deliver value-added services which provide pilgrims with a richer experience than those found in the Nigerian and international Hajj tour operations market. Qamar's driving philosophy will always remain comfort, efficiency, and reliability designed to reduce stress for everyone involved.
I choose the Qamar, as I have said, for two reasons. One, I know the MD, and of course he's a man of integrity. So I was very confident that whatever, what you see or what you hear is what you will get. And secondly, of course, I have spoken to a couple of people who have subscribed to Qamar's package in the past, and they were able to confirm to me that Qamar is perhaps the best in the industry at the moment.
With more than a decade of experience in the Hajj operations, Qamar Travels has helped busy professionals and executives fulfill their religious obligations of Hajj and Umrah in both ease and style.
I came for Hajj with Qamar. Qamar essentially is comfort, reliability, efficiency, and alhamdulillah they have been able to provide and do a lot more. I was able to afford a Qamar package and I have not regretted it. When you see what other companies are doing, when you see what other people are doing, you will definitely know, Chewa, Qamar is a 5-star company, and inshallah they will carry on improving and doing a lot more bigger, greater things.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu.
The company employs professional staffers who are confident and knowledgeable about the services provided, from the spiritual guide to the visas, to the flights, to the accommodations. They work to simplify all the processes involved in the Hajj and Umrah exercises and guide the anticipating pilgrims through every detail of the process, from choosing their package option to their successful return home.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam.
Since Qamar began operations over almost 2 decades ago, its induction course, designed to prepare the intending pilgrims for the journey, rituals and travel for their pilgrimage, has been an effective and helpful tool. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, the governing agency in charge of the regulation of the Hajj and Umrah industry in Nigeria, always witnesses the event and expresses its gratitude toward Qamar for their ongoing efforts to educate and familiarize pilgrims with their upcoming journey and the needed preparations.
For every industry, usually there is a regulator for that industry. Therefore, we as a Hajj operator for NACON to recognize our service for high quality and consistency with our services. We are highly elated. We are very happy. We are really encouraged to really do more. Of course, we have a short-term and medium-term and long-term plan, and therefore this recognition has guided us, has encouraged us to show that what we are doing is in the right direction.
On the first day of the induction course, which was held in the beautiful hall of the National Mosques, Abuja, the General Manager Administration delighted the pilgrims with the details of the theoretical aspects of an acceptable Hajj. The attending pilgrims were given the necessary vaccines and immunization cards, known as yellow cards from the FCT Health Department representatives, all of which are standard practices when traveling with Qamar Travels. Additionally, during the first day, Qamar pilgrims who had traveled the previous year for Hajj shared their experiences with the new group, further increasing their understanding and confidence for the journey ahead. Later, the head of Qamar medical team, Dr. Kadri Oladeja Rahim, delivered a lecture to the pilgrims.
Qamar appears to be the only tour operator that gives place to a talk like this. I mean, talking about health advices to pilgrims. Of course, National Hajj Commission does that, but for the private operators, I think it's only Qamar that does this.
Followed by one-on-one counseling sessions to make pilgrims aware of their health status and to gather the needed medical information regarding health challenges and the rigorous exercises of the Hajj.
And it's interesting, this is my very first Hajj, and I need to really know how, first of all the rites of the Hajj are being performed according to Sunnah, and then of course the schedule that Qamar put in place. We need to know that as well. And this is also me just assessing, like I said before, how they operate in terms of giving the best services for the programs.
On the second day of the induction course, the Amirul Hajj of Qamar Travels demonstrated the performance of Hajj with the use of scale models of the significant landmarks involved. During the demonstration, pilgrims had an opportunity to observe practical aspects of the rites of Hajj, including how to correctly wear the ihram, how to perform the Kaaba circumambulation, along with the movements between Safa and Marwa.
I don't joke with attendance of my induction, because at any time I learn a different thing.
Any induction you go to with comrades, you will find one or new things to learn from, based on their last experience. They have new ideas based on what the pilgrims, the informations through the survey, the data collected from the pilgrims. They will still have one or two things to add to the existing services they have provided or they have known for.
The induction is like education. You can never learn everything in one day. So every year you have new information. Like today I have learned more again.
Sumaisha Store generously gifted Zamzam water for everyone in attendance. Following the award grant by the National Hajj Commission, NACON, to the company for being the best performing Hajj tour company, Qamar Travels shares the award with some of the returning pilgrims in recognition of their patronage.
This is a company that has given Nigeria a good image outside. I think it should be commended. Not even this award. They should recommend this company. If they give companies National Honors Award, they should recommend this company or the individual that is running the company, because they have projected the image of the country very, very good and very, very high. So I think it's a welcome development.
To ensure the safety of pilgrims and to be able to respond to any medical condition, the head of the Qamar medical team always accompanies the pilgrims to the Holy Land.
You go all out to satisfy your passenger, your customer, the one that you are serving. Satisfy one and get the person to tell more. That is to say, so far I am delighted and would not hesitate recommending anybody to come with them. We are yet to get there, but at least they are guiding us to be as if we are there already.
Typical of Qamar, you know, being recognized by National Hajj Commission, they also extended that recognition to some of us. You know, some of us were given awards, you know, during the last induction course, which I think is also another plus to Qamar.
شريك لك لبيك لبيك لبيك.
As the anticipation mounts and the day of departure to the Holy Land draws near, Qamar Travels releases the pilgrims' travel documents no less than 72 hours prior to departure.
Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Malik, Ya Quddus, Ya Salam, Ya Mu'min, Ya Muhaymin, Ya Aziz.
As departure day arrives, those pilgrims joining the group gather at the Abuja National Mosque, head to Abuja International Airport for onward transportation to Lagos at no additional cost to anyone.
The logistics arrangement conducted by Qamar Travel and Tours for the 2017 pilgrimage is one of the best. It's one of the most organized exercise that I have witnessed over the years that I have been following Qamar.
For every exercise, be it Umrah or Hajj, Qamar wants to find out from the pilgrims how far have they been treated, how far have they delivered the services they paid for, whether the pilgrims are happy about their services, they want to know.
Ya Ghaffar, Ya Qahhar, Subhanak, Ya Wahhab, Ya Razzaq, Ya Fattah, Ya Alim. أنت القابض أنت الباسط أنت الخافض.
On arrival in Lagos, the Qamar staff is already on site, gently ushered the anticipating pilgrims into air-conditioned buses for the transfer to the international wing.
يا سميع يا بصير يا الله. أنت الحكم أنت العدل يا لطيف يا خبير يا حليم يا عظيم يا غفور.
The often laborious check-in procedures of the Hajj season was handled smartly by the professional Qamar staffers.
يا حفيظ يا مقيت يا حسيب يا جليل.
By 6:50 p.m., Emirates Airlines flight departed Murtha Mohammed International Airport, Lagos to Dubai, with the first group of pilgrims on board. The aircraft utilized for the journey was the new Emirates Airbus A340-300, featuring a 267 passenger capacity
رب أنت الواسع يا حكيم.
And showcasing top-of-the-line entertainment systems and state-of-the-art information, communication and entertainment, ICE, including a 10-inch HD display. The seats were comfortable and spacious. Members of the cabin crew were courteous and friendly, and as always, the food served on board was delicious. In Dubai, friendly and efficient Qamar staffers welcomed pilgrims and guided them through the arrival and transit formalities. Boarding was successful, as was the easy transfer to the transit hotels prior to the flights.
When I go to the National Mosque, I met all the Qamar staff and their vehicles on the ground ready. They took us from the National Mosque to Abuja Airport. They booked local flight for us, since Emirates does not operate from Abuja Airport any longer. We took local flight from Abuja Airport to Murtala Mohammed Airport in Ikeja. At the airport there, they organized vehicles for us to take us from Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 to International Airport. At the International Airport, they organized us as a group. We had a very, very easy check-in exercise at the Emirate counter, courtesy of Qamar staff.
Those using Qamar services for the first time quickly gained an understanding of the company's hard-earned and well-deserved reputation, starting with the coordination of the pilgrims on their flights to the simple transfer process.
By the time we got to Dubai, everything was arranged for us. For those who proceeded to Medina, they got their boarding passes immediately. For those who had to stay in Dubai for 6 hours plus, they were given their hotels accommodation and their exit visa to Dubai easily.
The entire journey was driven by expertise, efficiency, and knowledge of the Qamar team. For the next leg of the trip, the first group of intending pilgrims left the Dubai airport on board Emirates A330-200 Airbus to King Abdulaziz International Airport, Medina. Understanding that airports can be difficult to navigate, Qamar ensures guidance through friendly, knowledgeable Qamar staffers who greet and guide the pilgrims from the moment they arrive at each destination. The second group of intending pilgrims proceeded to their hotel and were greeted by welcoming and professional Qamar staffers awaiting their arrival.
In my dreams I make my way to Medina, the home and chosen place of our beloved prophet, where all I feel is peace and so much joy around. No better place for me. Yeah, Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, Medina, that's where I wanna be. Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, Medina, that's where I wanna be. Oh, oh.
I was among the group that proceeded to Medina immediately after arriving. When we got to Medina, we passed through the immigration formalities, which is normal. We passed through custom formalities, and by the time we exited the airport, we met the ground staff of Qamar waiting for us. They took our passports, they took our luggages, they guided us and put us in their already arranged buses to our hotels. It looks as if everything was put on ground and nothing fails.
And as Allah can make it possible for us, the hotel we are going to lodge is one of the closest hotels. It's just a stone's throw to the Haram.
In Medina, everywhere I see blue skies, set above these mountains, bright colors fill the streets.
I sincerely apologize for difficulties we face, which we all agree is beyond our control. But the fact that we promise to give comfort at every point in time where we see little test of knowledge or understanding and patience, we should appreciate you.
Alhamdulillah, this year the pilgrims came in from different takeoff destination, but we all landed in Medina. And Alhamdulillah, the reception at Medina was beautiful. The Qamar staff were there to receive us. They were there to carry out the customs and immigration aspect of our arrival.
To ensure a positive start, the pilgrims were provided with a taste of the conveniences ahead, as they were all given their hotel room cards at the airport prior to boarding the first-class Qamar buses for the comfortable ride to the hotel. As always, Qamar took note of the specific needs of each pilgrim and their travelling companions. Family members and friends were grouped together, while older pilgrims and younger pilgrims enjoyed being grouped separately. All found this an affable atmosphere to socialize and pass the time together. From the airport, the pilgrims arrived in a short order at the prestigious Oberoi Hotel Medina, welcomed by the managing director of Qamar Travels, who provided a warm reception to honor the arriving pilgrims.
You know, the staff of Qamar, come rain, come sunshine, they are always with the customers. You know, unlike some tour operators, as soon as you land in Jeddah or Medina, you know, it will appear as if the contract is over. You know, for Qamar, the staff are always in touch with the customers, and I think this is very good.
Pilgrims were presented with 2 package options, each filled with unique attributes. The VIP Premium package exemplifies exceptional comfort at the best price. The VIP package includes a value pack deal with comfort and proximity to the Haram, with exceptional service at reasonable rates. Pilgrims travelling with either package were the guests of the Oberoi Medina Hotel, which needs little introduction to frequent visitors to Medina. The hotel enjoys unparalleled position due to its proximity to Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi, the Prophet's Mosque.
The hotel in Medina is one of the best, the closest to the mosque. You just get out from the back door of the hotel and you are in the mosque already.
The hotel is elegant with comfortable accommodations, providing only the best paraphernalia for serene and efficient services. The courteous and helpful staff, as well as exceptional amenities, from overflowing welcome baskets of fruits, nuts and chocolates to numerous spacious, well-organized lifts. Friendly and helpful staffers directed pilgrims and made getting to the mosques effortless. This immense restaurant was dedicated to the Qamar pilgrims and served in an open buffet, delectable Nigerian cuisine along with continental dishes.
We left our African food back at home, and Qamar made it their duty to at least make us not forget about our home delicacies. We were served Nigerian food, and alhamdulillah, we were happy.
A wide array of delicious foods catering to all tastes is available. The sights and aroma of Nigerian specialities like amala, gari, cow leg, pounded yam, masa, kose, mian toshe, and to brought appreciative smiles to the faces of the pilgrims. Alhamdulillah.
While in Medina, we had what we say a near-home experience, because the feeding there was quite good. The Qamar pilgrims were given a dedicated restaurant where Nigerian food was served. You can see food like masa, mi and taushe. Eba was there, amala, wheat, samu, with ogbono soup, okra soup, agushi. So it was and our own homemade Nigerian jollof rice, which is very popular in the world. So I think the Qamar team have really tried to give comfort to their pilgrims.
These appetizing Nigerian delights would not be possible without this kitchen committed to the Qamar group alone. Like a luxury hotel kitchen, the dedicated Qamar kitchen functions similarly with areas devoted to the various parts of the cooking process. Ingredients are checked for quality on arrival and prepared with care under the watchful eye of Malama Hawa Abu Bakr Siddiq. All through their stay in Medina, the pilgrims were served more than 79 sumptuous local and continental dishes.
The food was also okay. For instance, in Medina, Qamar tried to even provide local cuisine. When I say local cuisine, I mean they went out of their way to provide Nigerian food. Masa was there, tuwon, shinkafa, pounded yam, everything was there. They went out of their way to provide so that they will make the pilgrims feel at home.
Throughout the journey, the Qamar Hajj team focused all their efforts on serving the pilgrims attentively. The pilgrims quickly understood that Qamar and its dedicated staff genuinely care about their comfort. On the morning of day 3, the pilgrims participated in the customary visit to the Rawdah, the Prophet's grave, and Baqi.
In my dreams I make my way to Medina, the home and chosen place of our beloved Prophet.
In Medina, I don't think there's any problem. Obiro is still beautiful. The services, housing, feeding, transportation is still intact, is still at its best.
Following the Asr prayer, the Qamar VIP buses arrived promptly at the hotel to escort the pilgrims on the day's Ziyarah tour. The pilgrims boarded the buses and cherished their first stop, a visit to the graveyard of the martyrs of Uhud.
Medina, that's where I wanna be. Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi. Medina, Medina. That's where I wanna be. Oh, oh, Medina, Medina.
One thing I'll say about Qamar staffers is that if there's going to be any glitch, they are always prompt in informing the pilgrims that they are always giving us information as we go along. Since from Lagos to each part that we've moved along, we have been informed this is what is going to happen. If so and so doesn't happen, they always apologize and give us reasons why so and so has not happened.
Guided by Qamar Amirul Hajj, who was assisted by multiple scholars in each of the buses, the pilgrims continued their ziyarah of the city, visiting a number of the sites significant to their honored Islamic heritage. At every stop, the pilgrims enhanced their knowledge of Islamic history through the historical accounts delivered by learned guides.
Medina, Medina to Nabi. Medina, Medina, that's where I wanna be. Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi. Medina, Medina, that's where I wanna be. Oh.
In the afternoon, the pilgrims delighted in the exhibition of Allah's beautiful names in both English and Hausa. Qamar official interpreter, who is Nigerian, expounded expertly on the meaning and intricacies of the exhibition.
The workers, I don't know where they were all employed. They are capable hands. Even when the pilgrim says something that they are not very happy about, you see them still laughing and still going about their businesses, their activities, their services. They put their customers, their pilgrims, above other things.
وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت المدينة.
Following the ziyarah and the exhibition, the pilgrims enjoyed dinner at the Oberoi Medina.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبي.
During dinner, the CEO of Qamar explained the perfectly timed upcoming events.
Every year there was upgrade in Qamar, maybe for about seven years running. So any triple or quadroom has to remain where it is. That is in Vermont, and what is attached to it. But any room that is free, either single or double, most of it has been taken to Delta, as we shall see. The GM will give other details that I have not mentioned here that have to do with our departure tomorrow for the airport. I'm leaving any moment from now, ahead of you. I'm not sleeping in Medina today, I'll be in Makkah to get ready before you come, I'll be there.
They had the focus to move ahead of the pilgrims to go and see what is available, to go and see what arrangements on ground, so that they sort all their issues out before the pilgrims are moved.
Following dinner, the pilgrims' luggage would travel by road to Makkah. In the afternoon, the pilgrims would board a local flight to Jeddah, and later in the day they would then connect to Makkah by road. Erudite scholars provided brief admonitions, and the Amir al-Hajj explained the most important points regarding activities which needed to take place from the hotel.
Ensure that you start with Safa, you climb the hill where it is possible, and ensure that you are facing the direction of the Kaaba, or if possible, side part of the Kaaba, and then you pray. La ilaha illallah wahda, anjaza wahda, wa nasara abda, wa hazama al-ahzaba wahda. If you can recite that long verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah,
including taking the ritual bath, putting ihram, and making intention while airborne on the morrow. At this point, the intending pilgrims were able to voice their opinions and concerns to improve the experience for future Qamar travelers, as well as socialize and network with one another.
Some of you must have been, I think that we are already a family. Charity begins at home. I don't want to miss this opportunity of introducing Jais Takaful Insurance to the group here, so that when we get back home, we are saying we want to go all the way out to every corner of Nigeria and make our presence felt.
After dinner, the pilgrims placed their luggage outside their rooms, and hotel porters carried it to the awaiting trucks at the hotel entrance. With the Makkah hotel keycards in the hands of Qamar since from Medina, the CEO personally led the advance party to Makkah that same evening.
I was really impressed, especially with the movement from Medina to Makkah, that at least we were transported by air from Medina to Jeddah, and then from Jeddah transported by bus. It saved a lot of stress, because there's a lot of stress traveling from Medina to Jeddah, Medina to Makkah by road, because I've experienced that before, and I'm happy that Qamar have introduced this flight from Medina to Jeddah so that it will ease pilgrims' stress. I'm very happy with that move.
When Qamar started experimenting about flying from Medina to Makkah, one of the challenges the passengers faced was this issue of carrying luggages. And immediately we complained to Qamar. Of course, the following year, the luggages were sent ahead of, the customers, which of course gave a lot of relief to us, especially the men. When you are in the state of ihram, you have to carry luggages here and there.
The next day, in obedience to the sunnah of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, the pilgrims bathed and donned their ihram garments in their rooms. Once prepared, they checked out of the hotel.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح.
The pilgrims settled into their designated SUVs and buses. In a short time, they arrived safely at Prince Mohammed bin Abdulaziz International Airport, Medina, for their journey onward to Jeddah.
فبالله كم تستطب القروح ويبرأ جروح الكسير الجريح.
Prior to their arrival, the Qamar ground staff secured the pilgrims' boarding passes and guided the entourage into the lounge to wait comfortably before boarding their flight to Jeddah.
By the time we finished our 4 or 5 days stay in Medina, we moved to Jeddah through the Medina airport.
On every leg of the journey, Qamar goal is to simplify the processes for the pilgrims on their trip of a lifetime. The decision to fly the pilgrims from Medina to Jeddah was born out of that goal and a desire to reduce stress in the movement of pilgrimage from Medina to Makkah. The travel to Makkah via Jeddah by air for Qamar pilgrims began in the 2015 Hajj. It was further reinforced in 2016.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح.
Interesting thing there was that our luggages were collected about 12 hours before our departure. So our luggages were right on ground before our arrival in Makkah. It is movement for us because if you have to carry your luggages from the Medina to the airport, land at the Jeddah airport and start carrying all your luggages, I think it will be very, very tiring, especially for the men who were in their ihram for the Umrah.
In Jeddah, the always attentive Qamar ground staff awaited for the Hajis and made sure that the buses were in place, adorned with Qamar stickers, showcasing proudly Nigerian, and ready to transport the arriving pilgrims to Makkah. While en route to Makkah, the Qamar team distributed room card keys to the pilgrims, who continued chanting the Talbiyah until they reached Makkah. The distribution of room keys on board allowed the pilgrims to bypass check-in and go straight to their rooms easily. The pilgrims' luggage, having arrived early, was in the hotels with a member of the Qamar transport team, watching over the pilgrims' belongings until they arrived. Once settled into their hotel accommodations, the pilgrims enjoyed a short time of relaxation. Later they strolled up to the Grand Mosque, the Masjidul Haram, and performed Umrah.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Every step of the way, the trusted Qamar team accompanied the pilgrims, encouraging them to be patient for the desired outcome.
It's like home away from home. Any Qamar customer that passes through Medina, by the time he comes to Mecca, the first comment he will tell you that he has really missed the food given to him by Qamar in Medina. That one is a very, very unique and very excellent service. And I wish Qamar will find a way of repeating the same feat in Medina while we are in Mecca. If there is any way that can be done, that will be very, very wonderful and excellent. Because that is the only challenge Qamar customers faces while on Hajj exercise, is the feeding arrangement in Mecca, which is not within the control of Qamar.
The VIP premium package subscribers' accommodations were provided by the luxurious Intercontinental Darul Tawheed Hotel and the Royal Clock Tower Fairmont Hotel, delivering premium accommodations and exceptional services. It is only a 1-minute walk to the Haram. No, it is actually within the Masjidul Haram. The pilgrims who selected the VIP package found their accommodations at the 5-star Movenpick Hotel, one of the finest buildings in the world. The Movenpick overlooks the Holy Grand Mosque, and the majority of accommodations deliver a remarkable view of the Haram and the sacred Kaaba. The ideal locations of the accommodations, including their proximity to the Holy Mosque, allow pilgrims to attain 100,000 rewards in each compulsory prayer in the Haram. After the day's busy schedule of travel and activity, all the pilgrims looked forward to relishing their luxury accommodations for the night. Mina, known as the Tent City, is 7 kilometers east of the Masjid al-Haram. Hajj pilgrims must spend the nights of the 8th, 10th and 11th, and for those who desire, the 12th of Dhul Hijjah in Mina, prior to the 8th day of Dhul Hijjah, and despite a number of access restrictions, the Qamar Hajj team busily inspected the tents in Mina and Arafah, ensuring that they were prepared in Qamar style for the arriving pilgrims. Ever meticulous, the Chief Executive Officer of Qamar gives incredible attention to detail, promising quality and value, which is reflected in his excellent handling of the Hajj and Umrah operations.
It is something that the company has been building itself over the years. And I think they have reached a standard that everybody who passes through Qamar will look back and be grateful to God for giving him the opportunity to have the means paying through Qamar and going with Qamar.
He treasures fairness and value and thirsts with an insatiable quest to give each pilgrim an unforgettable experience. Each pilgrim revels in the dedicated services of the expertly and professionally managed Hajj, which is delivered more often than not at the expense of the company. To further their efforts to reach Nigerian pilgrims and augment a reliable, trusted and valuable journey to pilgrims, the Qamar company has forged an unprecedented partnership with its Saudi Hajj service providers across the kingdom. Many of these providers have been in the Qamar family for more than a decade.
Taking the Qamar package for over 10 years now, we have always seen Qamar as a family in view that anytime we find flaws with Qamar, we tell them and they are able to correct it.
On the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, the day Hajj commences. The VIP buses anxiously awaited for the pilgrims at their hotels in anticipation of the journey to Mina. Ever diligent regarding pilgrim experience and safety, a head count was complete prior to departure for Mina.
The staff are highly disciplined and very patient and very much professional. I wonder how much years they must have been doing this, you know. You feel very much at home with them. You feel they are really running a family rather than a commercial venture.
En route to Mina, the pilgrims were provided with their tent keys so they could proceed to their tents on arrival.
You make your intention for Hajj, please. If you have not make it at this point.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك يا شريك لك الله لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك يا شريك لك رحيم يا محمد يا نعمة يا حليم يا شريك.
In the style characteristic of Qamar, the tents were above the general A-tent standard. They were in fact A+ tents, each one en suite. In addition, Qamar pilgrims in Mina were served their meals daily at a dedicated point in open buffet, exclusively for their use. The tents were gated, with security personnel manning all entrances. Admission to the secure tent area was restricted to Qamar pilgrims alone. The Qamar tents, 200 meters from the Jamrat stoning area, were well equipped, featuring the finest accoutrements, including air conditioning. In Mina, Qamar tents were the best tents provided for African non-Arab pilgrims. All praise belongs to Allah.
One observation I have for this year is that a lot of A+ tent pilgrims are having unlimited access to Qamar tents and tent facilities, especially our feeding facilities. That area has to be looked into by Qamar.
The 9th day of the Hijjah and the 10th day of the Hijjah consecutively.
After the pilgrims were comfortably settled at Mina, the Amirul Hajj, together with the other instructors, reiterated the expectations of the day to come, the 9th day of Zulhijjah, to the pilgrims.
When you draw comparison with the reality on ground and also what is obtained by other operators, you will, if you want to be fair, you will be able to say Qamar has done well and they fulfilled their side of the contract.
On the day of Arafah, after the Subhi prayer, the pilgrims walked a small distance to the waiting buses proceeding on to Arafah. The pilgrims were pleased to find Qamar VIP buses right on time, even prior to Fajr. As expected, non-Qamar pilgrims whose transport was not provided by their agents attempted to board Qamar buses. Experienced Qamar staffers politely but firmly refused, always protecting the interest of Qamar pilgrims. Clearly, this day is the day of separating real VIP companies from charlatans who falsely claim to provide what they cannot attain. After confirming that all Qamar pilgrims were safely aboard, the 11-kilometer journey to Arafah began. Doubtless, this is the busiest days of Hajj, a day of complete and utter solitude. It is the day in which more than 3 million pilgrims move toward a single destination. Even so, Qamar pilgrims found the journey to Arafah well planned and comfortable.
Speaking, they have done excellently well. They have done very good. All areas that they are supposed to be rated within their own capacity, they have done excellently well. Other areas that is not within their control, they have also gone ahead to ensure that it is a smooth exercise.
It is a day when Shaitan is utterly disgraced, a day where the Almighty Allah looks down upon the Hujjaj on the plains of Arafat and boasts to his angels, "Look at my servants, they have come to me dirty and disheveled. Be my witness that I have forgiven them all." Here is a view of the impressive grouping of Qamar VIP tents, as well as the exclusive buffet serving point. Qamar has gained accolades in both Mina and Arafah for this well thought out and beautiful arrangement.
We must have heard a lot about Arafat, and we must have also read a lot. Just as we said earlier on in one of our sessions, Allah in His infinite mercy makes the whole Hajj to lie solely and solidly on Arafat, to the extent that the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Hajju Arafah, the whole Hajj lies on Arafat.
A brief sermon began the activities prior to the combined Zuhur and Asr prayers.
I will encourage Qamar to take this a little bit higher. Now they have almost mastered the act of tour management. They might want to go up the value chain of the industry and maybe try and run an airline and bring their usual efficiency to the airline business. That way, they are able to manage some of the things, some of the variables that impact their businesses. Maybe also have a hotel.
After the combined prayers, the pilgrims stood facing the direction of the Kaaba until sunset. For the pilgrims, this is the essence of Hajj, standing at Arafah and supplicating to Allah profusely. In many respects, the day of Arafah resembles descriptions of the Day of Judgment. The greatest difference being on the Day of Judgment, the opportunities to make amends are no more. Thankfully, on the day of Arafah, there are still opportunities to change the course of one's life for the better. As expected, Qamar VIP buses were parked in front of the Arafah tents in readiness for the movement to Muzdalifah. As the sun descended slowly below the horizon, the pilgrims moved onto the buses for the short trip to Muzdalifah.
And also they need to improve in the area of the food. Sometimes we do have some issues where there is infiltration from other pilgrims who are using other tour agents, who are perhaps maybe staying also in Mina, and the area allocated for Qamar, I think need to be more skilled in terms of ensuring that it is really skilled for Qamar pilgrims.
At Muzdalifah, the pilgrims selected their place under the night sky and settled down. Due to better traffic control from the Saudi authorities, Qamar buses were able to remain together until they reached their station in Muzdalifah, which allowed the pilgrims to remain together for the evening. Many pilgrims preferred spending the night at Muzdalifah, in line with the instruction contained in the Sunnah, which also gives permission to the aged, the sick, children, women and their mahrams to leave Muzdalifah after midnight. The group was split into two, those that left for Makkah after midnight and those that stayed overnight in Muzdalifah. Some of the pilgrims prefer to proceed to Mina for the stoning of Al-Aqaba before coming to Makkah for Ifada Tawaf, but all pilgrims must get ready to leave Makkah after the Asr prayer to the return journey to Mina before sunset and commence the stay of the days of Tashriq. The Hajj team thoughtfully arranged for the bulk purchase of rams on behalf of the pilgrims. The Amirul Hajj supervised the slaughter, then portions of the mutton were fried, packaged, and given to each pilgrim. The Amirul Hajj worked out a well-planned roster with the scholars to ensure a short admonition after each of the 5 daily prayers. Those who travelled with Qamar in 2016 immediately realized the exceptional improvements in the services at Mina.
The tent arrangement has been very good. If you look at especially the tent arrangement in Arafah, the way they arranged it this year, I think they have done some improvement in terms of allocating the tents to us that have been part of this company.
In the noon of the 12th day of Dhul Hijjah, Qamar pilgrims performed the final stoning of the 3 monoliths. As promised, Qamar staffers guided the pilgrims to the stoning area, demonstrating how to stone properly and avoid the crowd. After the stoning, the pilgrims reassembled at their arranged muster point and walked the short distance to the waiting VIP buses, which conveyed them securely back to Makkah.
When I was speaking to one of the staff, on the day that we returned from Mina, I called to ask a question, and he told me that he was on his way to Jeddah to go and sort out the issue of accommodation. They had like an advance party. When we were going to Mina, the same thing, they had an advance party to go and sort out, to go and see the accommodation, do the necessary final checks before they move their pilgrims. That shows their level of commitment and efficiency, because ordinarily we would wait until we all arrive together and then we are surprised at what we meet on ground.
The pilgrims were delighted with the standard they witnessed in the services of Qamar experience, which contrasted sharply with what they got from other Hajj operators. With Qamar travels, now they had fond memories of Hajj as the sacred and uplifting journey it should be, truly the journey of a lifetime. In addition, the pilgrims related how they enjoyed greatly the spiritual guidance provided by the Qamar Hajj team throughout their journey. Qamar is humbled by the appreciation shown by the pilgrims to the services rendered to them by its dedicated staff. but Qamar testifies that the source of its success is with Allah, the custodian of success. Pilgrims were also excited to see a Nigerian company successfully competing with other companies from all over the world in providing a world-class Hajj experience. The high level of client satisfaction this year, as is the custom with Qamar every year, is impressive.
I can always, anytime, any day, recommend Qamar for anybody who wishes to take their package. Because when you procure their services, you can be very sure of yourself. Go and sleep. When the time comes, they will knock on your door and deliver your package for you. Qamar is an excellent tour operators. And I believe that was why the National Hajj Commission gave them the award of the best private tour operators during the 2016 Hajj year.
Reaching a target may not be as difficult as maintaining that kind of position. Therefore, we are now like in a tight situation. But we will, by the grace of God, continue to do our best to maintain that position. Of course, you and I know that all our competitors look up to us. We always set the pace. We always are innovative. It is only after we introduce a new thing that our competitors pick and follow it. Therefore, I'm sure we are going to continue with that because we are open-minded. All our pilgrims always give us feedback, and immediately we get such feedback, we sit down and strategize and ensure that we improve our service. And that is the way to go about it.
Not least with pilgrims determined to henceforth travel exclusively with Qamar for their Umrah and Hajj trips. In the pilgrims' words, the excellent services of Qamar allowed them to concentrate completely on the spiritual activities of Hajj, since planning and logistics of the arduous journey are handled by Qamar.
The truth is that Qamar is always ready to give comfort to their pilgrims by showing efficiency in their activities, which makes us rely on them.
A lot of people have this misconception about Qamar that the package is a bit expensive and so on and so on and so forth. But to my mind, I feel one is getting value for his money.
But I'm telling you, those who followed Qamar for the first time this year, I was with them, and the comments they were passing, the remarks they were making, is very, very wonderful. I'm not surprised that the Hajj Commission checked through all the list of tour operators in the country and rated Qamar as the best tour operator.
The 2017 Hajj experience was unforgettable. For those who have joined Qamar Travels for Hajj previously, this journey provided many good memories and provided new experiences. For traveling with Qamar for the first time, there was a blend of emotions brought about by the satisfaction of a hassle-free Hajj and a pilgrimage that exceeded every expectation.
I, for example, I was not expecting a picnic anyway, but I know that a lot of pilgrims complain about the temperature of their tents, especially at Mina, where most of them, their tents were so hot that they were almost like ovens. I know that is a little bit outside the control of of the organization, but they should be able to take care of these little things so that the service gets better and better each year.
Each pilgrim has been born anew, Insha'Allah, with their previous sins forgiven. Their dream of Hajj dreams has become a reality.
Perfection belongs to only God. Nobody is perfect. But I'm saying this with every sense of sincerity and honesty and conviction built on what I have seen on this trip, that convincingly all the promises that Comrade made were fulfilled.
Alhamdulillah, let me be very sincere with you. If you have any organization that goes for this review and monitoring of the activities of the services delivered by that organization to the people, that company is bound to progress. So far, so good. Qamar has been waxing stronger and stronger and stronger. And it is my prayer that the company will grow to the greater height that most of us, like I told you earlier in my interview in Abuja, that would like to buy into the shares of the company.
They have done a fantastic job. The team have been very supportive. They've been enthusiastic. They've been actually quite motivating. And throughout the whole period, they have been cheerful and been easy to deal with.
Everything that we are told that we are going to experience in terms of flights, in terms of hotel accommodation, in terms of tents in Arafah, Mina and the rest, it all turned out to be exactly what they said we're going to have.
They intensified their prayers at the Kaaba, performed the farewell tawaf, and traveled safely throughout the intense journey. The medical team successfully treated many cases of illness before, during, and after the Hajj exercise.
In terms of improvement, we had a few issues with communications in terms of just some minor adjustments that weren't fed back in time for us to make preparations for it. So that could probably be adjusted a little. I think with regards, another area I think that they probably could work on is for first-timers. I sort of got the feeling that they were left a little in the lurch, and I can understand why, because most people want to pray at their own pace, but for first-timers it is a little difficult if you don't have anyone to sort of give you direction.
All the services that were promised were fulfilled, because I've traveled with other tour operators before, and let me say that Qamar is the best.
We are in the best position to say that we have all the necessary patronage, all the necessary support from the pilgrims, from Nigerians who are intending and who have already been going to Hajj. Therefore, we believe we have been able to convince everybody that we are in the right way and we are really ready to do it. We are competent, we are improving our capacity. Therefore, it is just a matter of time to reach our dream.
The decision to leave early for Jeddah allowed the pilgrims the opportunity to arrive early, check in at the Radisson Blu Hotel, relax and catch their flight at Jeddah Airport easily. All the pilgrims returned home safely with precious, priceless memories. Glory be to Allah, Lord of the worlds.